Before we start tonight with our meditation, thought I'd just tell a quick but gruesome story that I heard this morning, and it really made me smile. So there was this fella, let's just say his name was Joe, and Joe had a cat, a really big, fat cat, and Joe was a single guy. He didn't have much family, but he had this cat who he loved deeply, and the cat loved him. And so the cat would bring him little presents. Would bring him little presents. And so if you've ever had a cat that's brought you any presents, you know what kind of presents a cat will bring you. You know, oftentimes they'll bring you a little dead animal, a dead bug, or whatever it is. And so every day, Joe would go away to work, and when he'd come home, his big fat cat would bring him a little present and put it up on the bed for him. And so the first time when the cat was just a little kitten, it brought him a dead roach and just left it on the bed. And you know, as the cat got older, it could catch bigger things. And so the next time the cat brought, a little mouse. And sometimes it would bring a mouse that was dead. Sometimes it was halfway dead, Other times it might come in and bring a bird. And so this cat would just, because he loved Joe and he wanted to give him a present, this is the nature of the heart, is to love and to give. So the cat brought him a dead bird and just brought it to him, at night in the bed. And so oftentimes, he would say, "What is this?" and see the feathers everywhere. And one day the cat was really thinking, and brought him a hot dog. He said, where the hell did this cat get this hot dog from? Brought him a hot dog, and then one night he said the best of it was he was sleeping, and he felt his cat kind of pawing at him, waking him up. And he woke up and he looked down on his chest, and he saw this dead rat, that the cat had brought him. Imagine waking up to this at night, a cat bringing you a dead rat when you're trying to go to sleep. And so, God created cats, God created dogs, God created all of us. And she gave us a heart that wants to give, a heart that wants to love. But, some of us are confused. We're confused about love, about how to love. Some of us might try to love, by bringing our friends a hot dog. Other times we'll try to love someone, by doing something silly, doing something stupid, like bringing them a dead rat, a dead rat. The practice of meditation, so many people think is purely about discovering silence, stepping into the silence and staying, oftentimes forcefully, trying to get yourself to stay in the silence. For the first 5 years or so, this is all I tried. I tried just to silence my mind, make it shut up at all costs. And I just wasn't very successful. My teacher kept pointing to my heart, saying, "What's there?" And I'd look in my heart and I would see there was anxiety there. I said, this is not silence. It certainly doesn't feel like freedom. It feels like pain. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. I'm going to go up into my head and say my mantra, or focus, really intently on the third eye. I'm going to focus on some heaven realm or some spiritual state and just see if I can get there. And oftentimes I could get there because I was pretty good at meditation. The problem was I couldn't stay there. Stay there. And today I think I spoke with 5 people today, each of them for an hour and 15 minutes or so. And every single one was trying to get back into this space of peace. But none of them truly, deeply knew how to love themselves. So if we want peace to take root in our being, we have to love ourselves first. So the price for eternal peace, the price for eternal freedom, is a willingness to love everything. It's just this basic math equation as designed by the intelligence of the universe. The price for admission to a state of eternal freedom is that you love yourself. Love yourself. We have to be willing to see what's within us that we've ignored, that we've denied, that we've forgotten, that we've pushed away. The places which are agitated, are grumpy, are sad, are hurting, are numb, are frozen in time. We have to go into those places with love and liberate them, liberate those energies, liberate those walls. When we do so, peace can take root in our consciousness, in our body, in our mind, in our nervous system in a permanent way. If we don't do the work of liberation, peace will always be something that you're just grasping at. Maybe you'll have days of good meditation when the conditions are right. But the rest of the days, the 95% of the days, you'll find yourself grasping at air, grasping at air. And so, we need to learn how to love like Christ. Not like a confused kitty cat, a fat kitty cat, or a confused human being, because most of us human beings, we just don't know how to love. We know how to avoid or ignore or control, but those aren't movements of love. And so if you haven't already, I encourage you to close your eyes. We'll just take some deep, full breaths. Giving yourself permission to relax. For most of us, life here on planet Earth is one giant rush. Rushing here, rushing there. Filling our heads with this and that. Having all this input. But in this moment, I invite you to completely unplug. To unhook from the chaos of this world, the chaos of the collective consciousness. To unhook from the chaos of your own mind. Can you simply give yourself permission to arrive here? To arrive here in this present moment. Can you give yourself permission to fall in love with yourself? This gentle presence of luminosity, this gentle presence of peace. Just to notice as you turn your attention inward, your body comes alive. Your heart starts to wake up. You feel this radiance, the bottoms of your feet, your calves, your shins, pelvis. Lower belly, the sacrum. So we're relaxing the body, breathing in and breathing out. Noticing this very fundamental radiance throughout our being. Quiet radiance. The pelvis, the belly, the solar plexus. Just breathing in and breathing out. This quiet radiance. Crown of the head to the bottoms of the feet. And even beyond. We are waking up to this mystery that we are. Silent, gentle innocence. And if any of you are habitual meditators, or you habitually go back to the same place, the same realm of peace, the same bandwidth, I invite you to dissolve the edges. Let awareness spread throughout the body, throughout this present moment. For the nature of awareness is inclusive. Nature of the heart is inclusive. It says yes. Eternal yes to life. Yes to this moment. Of course, if any of you struggle with thoughts, you just breathe in and breathe out. Let your focus be on the spaciousness, the radiance of your being. The inherent emptiness which is here in freedom. This gentle presence of freedom. Just breathing in and breathing out. Giving yourself full permission to breathe, to feel, to let go into your divinity. For some of you, you may notice this wonderful light, radiance waking up inside. Begin to discover that what you are is spaciousness, silent, innocent presence, and this incredible radiant light. And so more and more we're breathing, feeling, experiencing what's here. Space and light. You can even smile a little bit at the recognition of your essential nature. So again, just breathing in, breathing out. Giving yourself permission to relax deeply. With each breath, just massaging the body into greater relaxation. This poor nervous system of ours that's been so beat up and kind of stuck in the past, in the fight or flight response. Just inviting it to relax. Mind the emotions to relax. You are all doing wonderfully, wonderfully. Just breathing, feeling, relaxing. Experiencing what's here. The first stage in learning to love is helping our body to relax. It's connecting with our innate truth, our innate radiance and divinity. And so from this space, we listen. We actively listen. We gently acknowledge all the places within this body, this form, this nervous system that are stuck, that are frozen in time, that continue to feel tight or tense. Places that neurotically argue or are resistant. Places we judge ourselves, criticize ourselves, or criticize our neighbor. And even as I name some of these places within that often live behind walls, that are encaged, enslaved, that are not liberated. As I name them, you may start to feel just a little quivering energy in the body. Places of sadness, frustration, anger, fury, rage, or just a gentle numbness. It's been hiding in the background. Some frozen energy, some dead parts of ourself, where we don't feel any aliveness. The nature of love is to welcome it forward. Any or all aspects of self. It can even be just a little place inside. A little place that feels numb, cold, or dead. Feeling of terror gripping in the belly. Whatever it is, you just welcome it forward. With each breath, I invite you to join me in just this gentle mantra. I see you and I love you. I see you and I love you. All the places in the body, the nervous system. Sometimes these things don't even belong to us. Just through the experience of oneness, we have all the pain, the confusion of the species within us, wired into the collective consciousness, the pain of the planet. As a bodhisattva, you say, I see you and I love you. I see you and I love you. I give you full permission to come forward into the light, to unravel, to release, to shake, to tremble, to gently let go, to dramatically let go, whatever form. I see you and I love you. And even invoke the presence of Christ, the blessing of forgiveness, forgiving oneself for being human, forgiving God for making us human, forgiving oneself for being cold or shut off or having OCD or PTSD or whatever it is. Just gently forgiving the body, forgiving the mind, the emotional nature, the ego, for being so guarded for so long. Forgiving others. Sometimes we carry others within us. Fighting with them, even when they're not present, even when it's been a couple decades. So we give ourselves permission to breathe, to feel, to let go. Let go of any pain, confusion, samsara, the anger, hatred. Anytime we miss the mark, more and more as you open these doors within, if you acknowledge places that are resistant, that hold back, you begin to soften those walls inside. Liberate some of that old energy. Begin to become more empty. Less solid. So just gently breathing in, breathing out. Sometimes you work with one thing, it releases. And you may notice another coming forward. I see you and I love you. I see you and I care. I care enough not to ignore you, not to try to run away from you. I see you and I forgive you, ego. I forgive you for trying so hard to defend and protect and build walls. Just inviting that aspect just to relax. Even thank the ego for all its hard work. Say, now you can relax. Now you can retire. You don't need to fight or guard or defend in this moment. So more and more as you breathe, as you feel, as you let go, you notice your experience becoming more and more alive, more full and radiant. Just breathing in, breathing out. Gently saying yes. The spaciousness, the emptiness, this radiant light, this quiet, gentle, yet radically profound love. So I'm going to invite everyone to bring their attention to their belly. Just relax a little more deeply there. A great place of freedom. It's also a place where most of the world unconsciously grips. And so if we're gripping, we breathe, we feel. We just gently acknowledge. I'm gripping. We breathe, we soften, we let go. Just breathing in, breathing out. Relaxing the belly. Solar plexus. Lower belly. As you do so, you may notice a different kind of radiance starting to wake up. Silent presence of power. Radiant light. Just breathing in, breathing out. Vast, spacious mind. Radiant heart. Profound, deep, silent strength. Am I awake? Am I awake to what I am? It's an incredible mystery. So you are welcome. Simply rest here, the fullness of your being. Or you can join me in meeting your Maker, welcoming the Divine Mother to come into the room, to come into your body. So this gentle prayer, Divine Mother, Lord of the universe, have your way with me. I surrender myself unto you. With that, you may begin to notice this gentle flow of light coming down through the crown chakra to the space of the third eye. Relaxing and opening the throat and receiving. Receiving supreme love of the Divine Mother. That she may hold you, embrace you, love you deeply. That she may heal and hold and love all the aspects of your humanity that you are unable to. Inviting her to show you a greater path, a greater way. Giving her permission to take over the meditation. To take over your life. I give myself to you, Lord. You show me something greater than my silly mind and emotional nature. So obsolete ego, show me something greater. Come into my heart, my being. Heal me, bless me, from the inside out. Let no stone within me be unturned. So I invite you all to take another deep, full breath. If you can just let go a little more deeply and fully, surrender any resistance, any doing. Let life do the path for you. Mother of all creation, let her have her way with you. So her question to you is, do you trust? Do you trust in her, her intelligence? Or would you rather trust in the resistance the intelligence of your own ego. Who do you trust? Will you receive me? So your job is simply to breathe, to feel, to experience. Let go and receive something greater. Can you melt? Can you give up? Just let yourself be loved. Let yourself be held and transformed. And so, I invite you to see this light shining out from your heart in all directions. All directions. Blessing friends, family, your neighbors, community, the entirety of the planet. No stone unturned. This whole realm flooded with love, with light, healing grace. And so, it's been so nice to sit with you all this evening. Truly feel honored and blessed. It's a beautiful thing what you're doing. giving of yourself, loving more deeply and fully. Our world certainly needs it. Certainly needs it. So, y'all take good care. It's been my pleasure to be with you, and my heart's with each and every one of you. Have a wonderful night. See you next week.